Good morning, my friends. You are very welcome along to Wednesday morning's Anfield Agenda News Roundup. I've got a lot to go through over the next few minutes. We're going to be discussing a couple of attackers that have been linked to Liverpool. I'm going to be giving you the numbers involved in any potential deal for Liverpool or anybody else for Federico Chiesa. I'll give you an extensive list of which Premier League clubs have already started to dip their toe in the summer transfer window waters, and I'll give you a hint, it's a lot. And ask you, are you starting to get a little bit concerned? I know you're probably going to say to me, Craig, relax, we've got new people in, international tournaments are on. They are, but clubs are getting their business done. And when I read out the extensive list, I think you might be a little bit surprised with quite how many Premier League clubs have already started to do their business. This video is sponsored by Surfshark, the best VPN on the market. Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to change your location to access websites in other countries and keep you safe and secure from hackers. Using Surfshark, we here in Ireland can access other countries' Netflix libraries or other streaming platforms like DAZN in Spain for all those important Premier League games. Surfshark keeps you safe and private by protecting everything you do online. Everything. When your device connects to the internet, all that information is, in a way, blurred out. Surfshark is particularly useful for keeping you safe from being hacked if you use public Wi-Fi. Let's say you're in a cafe, you're at college, you're out and about, they've got you covered. Surfshark allows you to use one subscription on unlimited devices, meaning you can share your account with friends or family or that neighbour who's a little bit cheap. On top of all of this, Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can also upgrade to Surfshark One, which includes the VPN, an alert system for breaches related to your data, such as emails and credit cards, and an antivirus software for your desktop. Our sign-up offer gives you Surfshark VPN for a little over €2 a month. Simply scan the QR code on screen right now or use the link in the description and enter the code Anfield Agenda at checkout. Right, so where are we with FSG's potential deal to buy Bordeaux? It looks like this one's gathering pace. It is a little bit complicated because the stadium, as I mentioned in a video yesterday, is part owned by the city and part owned by the club. So there's talk that 50 million quid could buy that stadium out. It does look as though this is going to go through and it could be a very astute piece of business for FSG. How much will it impact Liverpool? Probably not that much in a positive or negative way, in all honesty. Much like Liverpool, it'll probably be another club that has to be self-sustaining, but it is part of the multi-club model that FSG are looking to get in place. The Athletic have said that they've also looked at clubs in South America and that could be the next area they look to target. So that's where we're at with that. I did say to you there's a couple of players who aren't going on the pre-season tour. Those players are a couple of centre-backs, Billy Cometio and Rhys Williams. Both of them didn't really have the greatest of last year, so no surprise that they're probably exiting Liverpool this summer. Again, I think it's the right thing, but of course the more bodies we can get in that pre-season tour the better, but there's no point in wasting time. If Billy Cometio and Rhys Williams aren't part of Arne Slot's thinking, it's probably best to leave them back home and see if they can sort out some moves. Right, so Sky Germany, they have linked Liverpool with a €30 million, a £25 million move for Borussia Dortmund's Karim Adeyemi. We've spoken about Adeyemi at length on the channel. We were looking at him when he was at Salzburg. We've kept looking at him when he was at Dortmund. And for me, it would be a meh kind of signing. I can see the potential, but I don't want potential right now. I want players that are going to come in and really put pressure on the starters. So for me, if Adeyemi came in, he'd have to be pushing Mohamed Salah at the start. He'd have to be pushing to be there every week, and I don't think he's that calibre of player just yet. They also talk about interest from Chelsea, Juventus and AC Milan. I don't know. For me, folks, I'd pass on this one. It is a low transfer fee. He does have potential, but it just doesn't really excite me, and it feels like he hasn't really kicked on enough since he's went to Dortmund. Yes, they did get to the Champions League final, but I don't really remember him being stellar at any point throughout the season. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Would it be a yes or a pass? Right, next up, I'm going to talk about Anthony Gordon, because apparently the Daily Star believe Anthony Gordon is still distracted by potentially signing for Liverpool this summer. I've said to you guys before that I don't think we've heard the end of Anthony Gordon in Liverpool. Whether it concludes in us signing him or not remains to be seen. We know he's been speaking with Trent Alexander-Arnold while away with England, and he's a Liverpool fan. For me, you get a lot of things if you signed him. You get a good player, you'd get somebody who will absolutely work hard for the shirt and want to win the fans over, knows the city, knows the football culture. I think it would be okay. Doesn't excite me that much because I think there are better value players in the market. Nico Williams looks like he's going to go to Barca, unfortunately, if they can get the money together. So maybe Anthony Gordon is that hidden gem that can progress under Arne Slot's coaching. £70 million? What are you saying? Yes? No? Too much? Too little? No chance? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. But I do really believe we've not heard the last of this one. I think it's going to rumble on and on. Newcastle are reportedly going to offer him a new contract. If I was his agent, I'd want some apology money in there for the offering of him to Liverpool. And I'd also want the cast iron guarantee of a release clause in case the opportunity to move to a club that he likes the look of comes up in the future. Again, love to know your thoughts. I promised you at the start of this video that I would give you the very latest on what it would take to sign Federico Chiesa. According to Team Talk, his agent has set the demands at £130,000 a week, which is just under 7 million quid a year. Not astronomical, fairly reasonable, but if you add in the €25 million or £20 million transfer fee, it will be an attractive proposition for somebody. Reports earlier on in the week suggested that Unai Emery and Aston Villa have made their move. Let's see what happens there. At Liverpool, look, I would want his wages a little bit lower. I think he could be a decent utility player, but again, not somebody I would expect to come in and really change the fortunes of the football club. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Would you take Federico Chiesa, or do you think he's not up to the job? And finally, I did promise you guys a definitive list of all of the Premier League clubs that have already dipped their toe in this summer's transfer window. I'm talking about incomings here, folks. It's quite an extensive list. Some of the clubs that I'm going to mention have done more than one signing, and they won't include the likes of Manchester United and Arsenal, who haven't yet made signings but are moving very close to bringing in centre-backs, an area of the pitch that of course we're looking to strengthen. Now, whilst I know we weren't in for Matthias de Ligt, who looks like he's going to Old Trafford, Calafiori was somebody that we were being linked to, and Arsenal look like they're going to get their man there. So for Liverpool, it's a matter of who and when. But the clubs that have done the business so far are Chelsea, Aston Villa, Ipswich, Manchester City, Spurs, Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton, Palace, Everton, Leicester, Newcastle, Forest, West Ham, Wolves and Southampton. I did warn you that it was a rather extensive list, and as I said, some of those clubs have made more than one signing. So whilst I understand that people will say, calm down, I just don't really have the belief in our owners. I believe in the people that they've given the job to bring the players in, but I don't believe in the transfer funds being available to really get the ones that we want. If we want to push on and challenge Arsenal and Manchester City in this campaign, we're going to have to move on from last year, not just catch up to where they were, but make some real statement quality signings. A centre-back is a minimum. A central midfielder, a minimum. And if you listen to the media, they've all reported that Liverpool have their sights set on another wide attacking player. Now, who is that going to be? Nico Williams looks like he's potentially gone to Barcelona. Other players who we've been linked to, again, have moved on elsewhere, or those links have been rubbish by the media. So I'm starting to run out of ideas of who these guys might be, which is kind of why I believe that Anthony Gordon might still have some legs to it. So let me know what you guys think. As I said, we won't be live tonight at 8:30 because of the England-Netherlands semi-final, but we will be back tomorrow at 8:45 where we'll go through everything in the longer form content. Do please go over and check out the Anfield Agenda Clips channel. Really would appreciate you guys subscribing over there. You can find the link in the description, or you can scan that QR code in the bottom right hand corner. Until then, I will be back at about 5 PM this evening with another news roundup. Best of luck to England and Netherlands fans ahead of this evening's game. And again, I'll catch up with you guys soon. Take care. Bye bye.